After the holidays, and we have a quiet day at home. I'm going through a lot of the gifts that we got from Christmas, and we didn't really want to open everything at once. We got a lot of food, and we're so excited to eat it. Also, my daughter got a bunch of clothes, so we want to wash those first and try to sort the toys to see what will go in the storage for future use and what she will play with now. I'm slowly trying to get my home back in order, little by little, and I'm not trying to rush myself. To be honest, I've been loving our slow, quiet days after the holidays, where we could just stay at home and do nothing. I love how my family's at home, how my husband is at home, how my daughter gets to spend her time with us, mostly uninterrupted. Although I'm a stay-at-home mom, I work from home. Sometimes it's difficult having my daughter around because I love to just play with her. Oh, wow, why are you wearing boots? I love feeding my family. I love cooking from scratch. And this year, I want to focus on that more. Less food delivery, actually, because it's getting very expensive nowadays. I think I'm a clingy mom, but I love cooking with my daughter. She has a miniature toy kitchen my mom gave her, and she just loves to cook. And lately, I've been noticing her mimicking what I'm doing, mixing in her pan, and tasting her little play vegetables. So I figured, why not invite her to the real thing? I know it's all pretend, but she just loves being included. Today I'm making Sopa Mais. It's an heirloom recipe from my grandfather. This is our favorite growing up, and I'm making my version of it. Only because I can't get the original stuff. It's basically white corn that I got from the farmer's market that you run through a grater so it gets this texture. Originally, it was made with the milk from a carabao or gatas ng kalabaw, but it's kind of hard to get that. So sometimes I use evaporated milk and sometimes I use cream. My husband is lactose intolerant, so I just use stock and I find that it works. I've been working on trying to be less of a perfectionist and instead opting for making things better. These shelves are just always challenging me. If you've seen a couple of my videos, you see that this was always a problem area in the house, and I'm back here again trying to reorganize stuff. I find that sometimes when you organize things, do a big declutter, it doesn't really stay decluttered the whole time or organized. These are mostly my daughter's stuff. I might have too much diapers, but they were on sale, so I had to grab that opportunity. November and December is such a great time to kind of hoard a bit on things that we need because the sales, the double digit sales are, the biggest double digit sales are on 11.11 and 12.12, and I just seized the opportunity and bought a bunch of wipes. She uses this every day, so it's not really a waste. The house is a bit busy since it was the holidays recently. We just add the box under the shelves and it stays there unless I go through it and organize. So today I'm letting go of perfection, aiming for things to just look better. A thing I picked up last year was making sourdough. I made my own sourdough starter from scratch and I'm so proud of it. I think I started about last summer, and I would say that summer is the worst time to start making sourdough because it's very hot and I'm from a tropical country, and sometimes the advice you watch in YouTube from people in colder areas don't really work here in the Philippines. So I had to go through a lot of failed batches just to figure that out. But now I'm getting better at it. There's a flow of making sourdough bread, and I love doing it late in the afternoon after dinner or whenever I have quiet time. Some people think it's intimidating, but really, it's kind of relaxing. Although I can make this in a stand mixer, I decided to get a bread maker instead. This one I got from SNR, and it was less than, I think, 5,000 pesos or $100. It's one of the cheaper ones, but I find that it does its job. I love doing sourdough this way. It's so easy, it's so quick that I don't really have an excuse not to do it. By the way, I'm making some sourdough bread for tomorrow. The easiest and fastest way to actually do it, well, for me, is to get a bread machine and put all the ingredients there. There's a specific order, like you usually start with the liquids, then eventually the powders. Then you set it there to mix, and it will mix everything and it will let it rise. It's about like an hour and a half process. And after that, I just pull out the tub, cover it up, and put it in the refrigerator overnight to ferment and bake it the next day. I love bread, and it's kind of hard to get real sourdough bread here locally in the Philippines, or if you could, most of the time it's a bit expensive, or you have to go to the expensive bread shops. I find that making bread from scratch at home also makes me feel like a very accomplished homemaker. I know it sounds silly, but it makes me really happy. Nighttime is sacred, especially the moments after my daughter is asleep. It's a time I slow down and get to be myself and do what I want to do and wind down from the busy day ahead. Recently, I've been enjoying the Christmas lights and have been hanging out downstairs, having a quick snack before bed, and I've been enjoying watching films. I'm actually watching Notting Hill here. It reminds me so much of my brother. I first watched this in the cinema with my mom and my brother. I think I was about grade 5 at that time. Watching it now that I'm in my 30s is a bit different. I'm able to see it in a different light. I think that's why it's my mom and my brother's favorite film. I think it might be one of mine too. I hope you enjoy this vlog. See you next time.